Hey y'all, I hope you guys are having a great day today. It's a beautiful day here in Northwest Florida, so nice. It's 70 degrees, can't beat that. So today I kind of wanted to do a question and answer where I got a question in my social media asking me for kind of tips and tricks on how I've navigated life and become successful in terms of being a helicopter pilot, now a YouTube channel guy and a successful small business owner, and how it is that I've kind of pushed myself in these directions. So I kind of wanted to, switch gears a little bit today, since yesterday we took a look at how to make fire, and go with just kind of some of my thoughts on this topic, because there's a million different ways to do it out there and a million different people who write stuffy books that are 5,000 pages long telling you the keys to wealth, wisdom, and success. And while I don't have a 5,000 page book, what I do have is just some thoughts on that topic. So the first topic, and I'm here to tell you, and my friends will tell you this, I'm a yes man. And I don't mean a yes man like every time the boss comes in the room and he's like, hey, I have an idea, and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. That's not what I mean when I say yes man. What I mean is I am open to new ideas and different things. If it's something I've never done, chances are I will say yes at least once so that I can experience that experience and see what it has to offer. I'll give you an example. A friend of mine down here does this kite surfing, where they have this big kite and they kind of hook themselves into something that looks like a snowboard and let the wind zip them up and down all over the Gulf Coast. So one day he just asked me, hey, you ever kite surf before? And I'm, nope, never. I'm from Missouri. And bam, out we went, and I went kite surfing with him, and I didn't exactly get the hang of it, didn't exactly do all that great, but I had a blast, and it was an awesome time. And that kind of applies to my time with the Army too. I had gotten out of the Air Force in college. I didn't have a plan for joining the military, but the opportunity presented itself for me to fly helicopters, and not only to fly helicopters, but to really apply myself and get the helicopter that I wanted to fly. And again, as simple as saying yes to an opportunity. So many people are afraid to take opportunities when they present themselves, that just saying yes and trying it out has everything to do with it. So that's really a big part of it, is just being someone who will say yes when opportunities present themselves, and don't be afraid. So that's the first one. The second one, and this applies both to my time in the military and to small business, especially in small business ownership. So many of these companies will get locked into this mindset that they try something, it doesn't work, and then they keep pushing it. Or they will try something and it doesn't work, and then they completely abandon the plan. We're predisposed to this idea that 3 strikes and you're out. In life and business, it's unlimited strikes and you're never out until you're dead. And that's something that I think people in general just don't give enough credence to. They will try something, and if that doesn't work perfect, they just quit. And that is not a mindset either in life or business that's super beneficial. So I feel like that is another one that's been super, super important. The next thing that I have found is super beneficial and very, very successful for me. It's called the indirect approach. So often in life and business, what happens is you'll come up to opposition in any form, where you'll have somebody who is maybe not performing to the standard that they should, or somebody who's just out and out angry, and they come up to you, and the first thing they want to do, especially in today's day and age where we live in the world of outrage and pissed off, and they want to do a Google review and tell everybody how much you suck. So the deal there is the indirect approach, where you start talking to them a little bit, but let them talk and kind of massage the situation, where you're not just front assaulting them, you're not just hitting them back, where you're kind of explaining the situation and asking them how you can help them. Perfect example, customer service. When you've got a product and it is not necessarily what you wanted, and you call customer service, 99 people out of 100, or in line at Walmart in the customer service line with all the other poor people who want to return something that have to wait for an hour, that person's just been getting chewed on all day, just continuously, I don't want this, this is crap, take it back. Why can't you take it back? What works is call this person or get up to them in line and say, hey, I've got something here I really need your help with. It empowers them and it makes them want to help you. And that's what I mean by this indirect approach. It's a great way to get people to be on your side and understand what it is that you need help with, as opposed to maybe just, you need to fix this, blah, 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 I'm outraged. They shut off immediately and they're not going to help you. They're not interested. You have turned them off to whatever you may need, even if what you have is a legitimate concern. So that's kind of the next one. The following here, this one is, I mean, not that you're taking notes, but if you were going to, put a star on this one. Prioritize what matters. We live in a world where every single answer to every question is at your fingertips. There's 10,000 channels on TV. You've got a cell phone that you can watch anything on the planet on. So what you have to do in a given day is prioritize the things in your day that are most important, that need to be created and completed immediately. So, if you've got 5 business-related tasks, 3 of them are of moderate importance. 1 of them is a long-range target. And then you got 1 thing that needs to get done. Don't spend all day locked in on the long-range target when the thing that needs done today needs your perfect attention immediately. Sounds super simple, but over the next couple of days, take a look at your life and see the things that you're prioritizing as important and prioritizing as immediately need to get completed versus the things you could complete later. There's a big difference between procrastinating and prioritizing. When you're procrastinating, you're putting off what needs to be done now. Prioritizing is focusing on the important things that need to be completed immediately. So that's the big difference there. And the final one is one that I wish I could shout from the rooftops for the entire universe to hear, because our society has completely forgotten how to do this stuff. And it all goes back to a metaphor that I heard a long time ago, and I've probably said it 100,000 times, not even kidding. So this is not the metaphor, I'll tell you that in a second, but ignore the ignorant. In the world we live in, there are so many people who are so outraged and so pissed off that you cannot please everyone, and engaging them on social media is not going to change their mind. I don't believe I've ever seen on social media a time where someone's gone, you're wrong and you're an idiot, and the other person's gone, did you just call me an idiot? You are absolutely right. I changed my mind. I am on your path now. Gotcha. That never works. And it's the same in life, where people unfriend, in the Facebook term, another human being, or quit being friends with someone because of some perceived slight or some actual slight, where you could just ignore it and life will be just as good. And the metaphor, and this is actually something that I do fairly regular, and I think about this metaphor fairly regularly, is never waller in the mud with the pigs. You get dirty and those freaking pigs just love it. And if you think about that, it really is true, because so many people, their entire point is just to get a rise out of you and see how pissed off they can get you and see what kind of reaction they can get. And those are the kind of people we want to distance ourselves from, but we do so by just ignoring the ignorant, by just letting them do what they're going to do. Who cares? It's like I tell my daughters all the time, if somebody calls you ugly, does it magically make you ugly? No. And that's a lesson I think that our entire society could really benefit from right now. So those are really the kind of down and dirty quick tips that I have developed over my aviation career, my Army career, and now my career as a small business owner in a really tough environment. And that's really what's helped my business survive and thrive over my first, year and a half in business, where, Zoom and Google and all these companies are laying off employees. And so far this year, I'm actually up from last year. So those are lessons that I've really used and taken to heart. And I hope you guys get something out of it. And, at a minimum, write one down and just kind of try to apply a portion of it, at least a little bit. So here's what I want to kind of close out with. We talked last week about taking care of magazines and taking care of ammo, and I posted some descriptions some links in the descriptions for some things that are some really nice ways to keep your gun safe, low humidity, and keep those guns from rusting and keep that ammo from being less than 100%. So what I want to show you here is exactly what I'm talking about. So this is a desiccant box, and what it does is it's got little beads in it, and these beads absorb moisture and humidity and lock it in here so it's in this container and not in your safe. So this is what it looks like. You can find these all over the place. Amazon is the best. This lovely guy, oddly enough, I found at Dollar Tree. So, Dollar Tree. So always be on the lookout for those desiccant boxes if you don't have one of the fancy in-safe dehumidifiers. So I hope, this episode's a little different. Let me know in the comments if you guys like these sorts of things, or if you're like, Justin, just stick to current events, guns, knives, and teach me how to light stuff on fire. Just go ahead and throw a comment in there if you guys are enjoying this stuff. And more than anything, if you could subscribe to the channel, that super help me out and super help me get more content just like this. So thanks for sticking in through the 11 minutes here, and I hope you guys have a great day.